Well, despite missing out on a playoff place by the narrowest of margins in May, Leicester got their new season off to an encouraging start with 10 points from their opening 5 games. The Foxes, though, tasted their first defeat last time out, so are looking to bounce back against the Wigan side, who appear to have adapted pretty well to life back in the second tier. Commentary comes from Paul Walker.
Two of the Championship's big hitters head-to-head on the same pitch for only the third time. Leicester have failed to win or even score in the 2 previous meetings, but they start the day 2 points better off than their opponents, who'll be looking to build on their success over Nottingham Forest before the international break. Promotion for both this season is of paramount importance. As for the team news, Leicester make 3 changes, one of them enforced, with Matty James suspended, so he makes way along with Jeffrey Schlupp and Ignacy Mikel. Anthony Knocker, Lloyd Dyer and Paul Konchesky, who's missed the last 4 games, come in. New signing Dean Hammond has to make do with a place on the bench. There's a change of formation too, as Nigel Pearson switches back to 4-4-2. All of Wigan's internationals have returned home unscathed, so just the one change from their last outing. James Perch fills the void left by James McCarthy, who joined Everton on deadline day. Recent recruits Ryan Shotton and Nick Powell start on the bench. Konchesky. Vardy's dropped short to win this. Not caught, but the referee allows it to continue. Drink water. Nugent. Vardy in pursuit, but Leon Barnett read it well. Used all of his muscle. Leicester throw. Dyer takes, and here's Nugent, takes it away! Good effort from Dave Nugent. Wigan caught napping there. The strike was crisp, but not on target. It'll be Knocker with the Leicester corner. Drifted in deep, free header here for more! Oh, the youngster's off the mark! Look at the celebration, that's exactly what it means. He puts a hole in the advertising boards. The marking was awful. Knocker's delivery, but look at the space for more. Thumping header, Leicester 1-0 up. A long way out this set piece. Maloney and Watson, the 2 men over this. Surely they wouldn't strike it from here. It's touched off for Watson. He is going to hit one. Oh! Well, that was a venomous drive from Ben Watson. Really good hit, but not on target. Maloney. Now Gomez. Well, that's needlessly given away, and Vardy will chase it with Ronya. And he's got the pace to beat him as well. Vardy! Good save, Carson. That could have been 2, and it all came from a Wigan mistake. Gomez sloppy in possession, and suddenly Wigan retreating. Vardy had the pace to get goal side of Ronya, but Carson covered his front post well. Watson urging everybody forward. He's the furthest man back, barring his keeper, of course. Ronya's flick. Here's Barnett, does well! Schmeichel does equally so. That could have been level, and that is the last action of the half. A half which Leicester leading. Schmeichel the hero at the end of it. Leon Barnett with a thumping drive, but Schmeichel did well to get behind it. It's over Ronya's head, it might reach Vardy. He's done ever so well. Nugent! Boy, wastes another one. He should have had a couple, shouldn't he, today? In a position like that, for a man of his experience, he's got to be hitting the target. Perch into the area. Now Boyce. Schmeichel equal to it. Boyce did well on the overlap. Leicester's keeper comes up with the goods again. Neatly done. Boyce with a shot. Good beat to it by Barnett. There's drink water. Vardy will chase. Wood peels off into the box for him. He goes down under Bozajor's challenge. Linesman flagging. It'll be a penalty. The look on Bozajor's face tells you he's guilty. Vardy causing him a problem. Bozajor couldn't get out of the way, but there was contact. Just that. And with 10 minutes left, an opportunity for Leicester to put the game to bed. Can Dave Nugent make it count for Leicester and wrap up 3 points at home? Nugent against Scott Carson. It's Nugent! It's 2-0! It's 3 points for Leicester, surely. This time he does make Wigan pay. Carson did his best but couldn't get enough on it. Leicester surely home and hosed. Carson moving around on his line, but Nugent whips the ball past him. Bozajor with a header away. Hammond lifting it over the top. Nugent chasing it down. Where's this going? Just wide from Liam Barnett. If one passage of play sums up Wigan's afternoon, this is probably it. Total miscommunication between Barnett and his goalkeeper. Almost led to another goal.
It's a good team performance, good win against a side who I think the expectations will be very high for them this year. They've got a talented squad, and for us it's a bit of a benchmark for us today. I think it was always going to be a difficult game, but I think we're fully worth our 3 points today.
I think we're disappointed to lose any game, of course. Certainly came here to try and win the game against a very good side, a beautiful stadium and everything else. And I thought, if truth be told, we started very slowly in the first half. Having said that, from our point of view, we've lost a soft goal from a set play, a free header around the back. We'd worked on it, obviously, in training, and ultimately somebody's not taking the responsibility to match the runner. And it's a good header from the lad.
First Leicester goal, you must be delighted.
Yeah, it's my first career goal as well, so, the moment got to me, I was buzzing. I got about 5 different celebrations in one, but no, I'm delighted to go on the score sheet, yeah.
So an afternoon to remember then for Liam Moore. It was seen as Leicester's toughest test yet this season, Leroy, and they came through it pretty impressively in the end.
Yeah, I was very impressed with them today. I thought first half they totally dominated. I know I said they started slowly, but I thought that was down to the intensity of Leicester's play. The goals are good. Wigan came into it second half, but really thought they missed Grant Holt. He's out for another month. They lacked teeth going forward, and I think that would be a concern for him.
Yeah, you talk about the defending. They certainly didn't ingratiate themselves, did they? I mean, of course, for Liam, he'll be delighted at the end of it, but he was given the freedom of the penalty area at the back stick, particularly.
Yeah, certainly. You see Boyce and Barnett both get drawn to Wes Morgan, and now Wes is a big lad, and I'm sure they were told to keep a close eye on him, but you can't leave the other centre-half with all that space in the back post. It's an excellent finish for Liam Moore. I'm surprised that was his first goal of the season. He finished it so well.
Yeah, he did well. I know Nigel Pearson would have been pleased with the likes of Wes Morgan, having been on international duty in midweek, but also Jamie Vardy, who's come on leaps and bounds over the last few months. He made a real nuisance of himself.
Yeah, he certainly did. I mean, his runs were just full of energy. We'll talk about his haircut later, because he needs to go back and finish that off another day. But he didn't manage to finish anything off today. But what he did do was just put this Wigan back four under intense pressure. And the timing of his runs were excellent. Here he bends his run to make sure he stays onside, gets a yard ahead and gets his shot off to again test the keeper. And although he didn't get his reward in terms of a goal, he got his reward in terms of earning this penalty. Gets across Bozajor, makes it very difficult for him, and in the end, Bozajor, through real no fault of his own, has to bring him down, and it was an excellent performance from him.
As for Wigan, I mean, they were limited to only a handful of chances. You mentioned, of course, no Grant Holt. You look at their team, there's a lot of flair there, but maybe not enough penetration at the top.
Yeah, as I said, Grant is a big miss. That's why he was brought to, in those sorts of games when you're under pressure, you can hit Grant and know you can get out the pitch. That was just missing a little bit. I mean, they haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 14 games as well. And only won in their last 14 games. So that would be a concern for Ian as well. And the way they conceded just wasn't good enough.
Right, well, as for the other championship